SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Rebel Rags, celebrating 20 years of bringing the best Ole Miss gear to fans everywhere. Visit the store on Jackson Avenue in Oxford or order online at rebelrags.net. That's rebelrags.net. Tell them, Molly.
Rebel Rags. Anything, everything, Ole Miss.
But we felt really good about the holes that were open. Nathan Lawrence is our left guard. He's a senior, kind of leads the way for us. And, it's one of those deals where if we're getting a good push up front. And I've been real pleased with our just aggressiveness, of coming off the ball and paying attention to detail and cleaning up things we need to clean up. Those guys have really done a good job, and we hope it continues. The offensive lineman, this kind of weather is for offensive linemen without a doubt.
Coach Anderson, this is Neil Randall. Wishing you the best of luck tonight. But what do you know about these Franklin County Bulldogs?
Well, I know they're big. Defensive line-wise, they're huge. About 6'1", close to about 280, 290 up front. They got some really good linebackers, and they flow the ball extremely well. Offensively, they got a playmaker that pretty much he caught a slant last week and housed it. So they got some speed out at the flanker spot. Got a new quarterback, and he does a great job of getting the ball around just really efficiently. And they moved the ball pretty good. They moved it well against snatches last week. So they're a very, very much improved ball club from the past.
Coach Anderson, Richard Hay once again. Take the weather out of the question. What's the one thing you're most concerned about from your side of the ball, and what's the one thing that from the Bulldog side that concerns you from that standpoint?
Well, I think on our end, special teams. Anytime you get in a game and where it's wet and it's your first game where it's a live contact in special teams, it always, bothers you as a coach. So we've gone live in special teams just about every day this week on every single special team. Handling that ball when it's wet is a little different, especially when somebody punts it or kicks that thing off, and getting traction on your footing and things like that is always of a grave concern with coaches, and just want to make sure you take care of the ball. Ball security probably in games like this is probably going to be the number one decider in the whole deal. I think one thing that concerns me with Franklin County is their ability to get upfield and create problems. They gave Natchez fits up front. So, we want to make sure our offensive line does their job, and I'm very confident they will. But that's a big concern. And but I think that's a deal where our offensive linemen will meet that challenge.
Is the hope-o-meter high on the campus of the North Pike Jaguars this week?
Oh yeah. They everybody knows it's game week. Everybody knows it's game week. So, game week's got that little different feel to it. And, you can just kind of feel it like coming to school this morning, walking in school and hearing all the kids talk. There's a great atmosphere right now.
Coach Anderson, this is Neil again. I was looking at your schedule, and, of course, like you say, opening at Franklin County tonight. And I know you're playing in a very tough division in the 5A part, but there are no gimmies on this schedule. I see Franklin County, Westland, Terry, West Jones, and Columbia as your non-division folks, and then of course in the division, Natchez, South Jones, Laurel, Brookhaven, and Summerall. Is this a coach's schedule or an athletic director's schedule?
Well, it was. Well, I'm really not sure because I didn't make it. When I got here, it was already made out. So
blame it on the athletic director. Then
it is what it is. Hardest schedule I've seen in a long time. But that's why you coach and that's why you play. It's not easy. It's going to be hard.
Coach Anderson, Richard A. once again, first game of the season. Everybody's amped up. What's your secret to helping your players and maybe even some of your coaches control the emotion of the situation and just play the game? Because we all get amped up, especially first game. It's always amazing to me how some coaches can help their players control the situation and control what they can control instead of being emotionally too involved.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think you've got to maintain some positivity to it. You've got to play. We talk to our guys all the time about playing the next play. You can't do anything about the last play. All you can do is play the next play. And, in a lot of cases, you got to wipe it quick, really quick, especially if you're no huddle or you're being somebody's no huddling you. So, being positive with the kids and making sure that they understand we've got to stay playing and you can't dwell on the past is probably one of the main things of trying to keep them focused. I always talk to them about chaos. Chaos happens all the time in sports. It's whoever can keep their head through it all is usually going to be the one that comes out on top in the end. So we talk about that a lot in practice, at the end of practice, in a lot of different situations. But we really, it's controlling that chaos. Like you said, controlling what you can control, because you can control how you react to things. And that's a huge thing for high school kids. That's probably one of the biggest challenges of coaching is taking high school kids, their age, and teaching them, hey, look, we got to play the next play. You got to control what you can control, because we all as adults know that, but telling a 16, 17-year-old kid that is a whole lot different.
Well, Coach, good luck to the Jaguars tonight as you head over to Franklin County. And don't forget the ball game can be heard, North Pike, Franklin County, tonight right here on SuperTalk Pike County. Craig Davis will be on the call for SuperTalk and for the Jaguars. And then the Farm Bureau Mississippi High School scoreboard will follow that, catch up on all the scores in high school football in Mississippi from 10 to 11:30. That's tonight right here on SuperTalk. Coach, we'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Go Jags.
Go Jags. We'll come back. We'll talk to the boss. Bill Hurst up next. So welcome back, Chasing Foul Balls, Friday morning edition here on Super Talk Pike County. Glad to have you along with us. It's High School Football Friday. Rain or no rain, we're going to kick off the high school football season. And join us on the phone, the winningest coach in high school football, Bill Hurst. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing fine, sir. Enjoying all this good rain we're getting.
Makes the crop grow faster, but it makes it tough on Friday night to play football, don't it?
Yes, sir, it does.
Alec, you got an early start on the season last week when you played ASC at ASC and won that one 38-6. Was it important to get that first game played?
Yes, sir. It's always to get that first game over with, and especially with a rival game.
Coach Harris, this is Neil Randall. Congratulations on starting another year as the winningest head coach in America. Tell us a little bit about your team. How many kids do the Centerville Tigers have out this year, and what kind of offense and defense are you running?
We've got probably 22 kids out, but we will probably got about 15, 14, something like that play pretty well. But we just don't have any depth.
Coach Hurst, this is Richard. Hey, you got one game under your belt. What's the biggest adjustments that you made from last week to this coming week?
Just trying to stay healthy, stay in shape, and just keep working hard, trying to get better.
Coach, this is Neil again. Tell us about your opponent for tonight.
Well, we hadn't seen very much of them. About 30 plays is what we saw at a jamboree, and but they've got a good passer. The quarterback's good, and the receivers look like good. The lines, they got some pretty good size. They're bigger than we are on the line.
Coach Hurst, Richard, hey, you're talking about your line. Talk about who is the leaders up front. It's usually leads the way for the Tigers in their running attack.
Well, we got Ethan Riddle, he's at left tackle, and we got Bryce Watts at right tackle, and got Ethan Hall at center. At one guard is Tanner Shorey, and the other one is Eli Brady.
And they're the guys that you're going to count on. You talked about depth, so staying healthy is important tonight.
Yes, sir, because the next one we got is going to be a tight end. That dropped down, changed numbers.
Unusual for the Central Tigers to have a very highly rated wide receiver. What can you tell us about the kid folks there?
Yes, sir. He is.
Coach, this is Neil again. Who do you have helping you over there? I know you still got Brian Stutzman with you, but who else is on the staff with you at Centerville Academy?
I got Brian Stutzman and Tanner Kevin, Brian Hurst, Tyler Glasscock, and Josh Wilson, and also got Reagan Reynolds.
And most of these guys.
We got more coaches. We got players.
Oh, fix to say.
Absolutely.
You 1-to-1 to coach the players, aren't you?
When you hold, you got to have a lot of help.
I understand. How's my buddy Brian Stutzman doing?
He's doing great. I love Coach Stutzman. He's my backbone, and he keeps things going. He is a sharp football coach.
Coach Richard Hay, once again, with the weather that we're going to experience tonight, one way or the other, whether it's raining or the field sloppy. Talk about your special teams and who does the snapping and the holding and the kicking.
Well, we don't do a lot of holding because we don't have a kicker. We have to run the ball, but we got my deep step on my punts is going to be Garrett Johnson, and then John Austin Sterling punts, and we got a kicker, Brennan Fauché from Let's Go to the Kickoffs.
So you tell me when y'all score, those two fingers don't go in the air most of the time, huh?
You're right. Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, Sacred Heart tonight, home opener for the Centerville Tigers over in Centerville. I'm sure you expected a big crowd tonight.
I was hoping it won't rain, but
them Tiger
rain
fans,
keeps them inside.
Them Tiger fans that sit out in the rain, they have sit out in everything that's happened. You know that.
Yes, sir. I'm hoping so. I hope we have a good crowd.
The big question is how the sled at Centerville Tigers, if you had to replace it since the start of spring training?
No, it's still sliding.
and
we got it moving, too.
I guarantee you, that's folks pushing that sled, too, I guarantee you. Coach, good luck tonight against the Sacred Heart, and we'll be talking to you during the season. Coach Bill Hurst of Centerville Tigers.
Thank y'all.
We'll come back. Still plenty to talk about right here on Texas Foul Balls, Pike County, 93.5 Super Talk. Foul Balls right here on Super Talk, Pike County. Brought to you by First Bank and Rainbow Dodge Chrysler Jeep. Don't forget that you can go back and listen to this show or any of our other shows. You can listen to it on our podcast on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. So I invite you, if you missed a program, go back and take a listen to it later on this morning or this afternoon. This program will be available. And, of course, we thank all the coaches for taking some time today as they get ready to play their first game tonight to talk with us. Ron Rushing, the head coach out at Park Lane. Paul Anderson, the head coach out at North Pike, and of course the master of football coaches in Mississippi and the state and the nation, Bill Hurts with Centerville Academy. Don't forget tonight, North Pike and Franklin County football right here on SuperTalk, Pike County 93.5. Greg Davis will be doing the play-by-play. And then if you want to catch up with all the scores, no trouble, the Farm Bureau Mississippi High School scoreboard on SuperTalk tonight from 10 to 11:30. That brings us back to your turn, guys. Let's predict the 5 high school games. We got some good ones to talk about. First of all, we'll start with you this time, Richard. Prep is at Park Lane. Will it be the Pioneers' night?
Oh, Robbie, it's hard to pick against Jackson Prep, but you're going to have to beat them at some point in time, and I think listening to Coach Rushing tonight might be as good as any. Prep has different players, and might be inexperienced, but we know they're talented, and that's always a thing. But Park Lane's got a little more experience. They're playing at home, so I'm gonna pick the Pioneers, and we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to do like you, Richard. I'm going to pick with my heart rather than maybe my head, which I'm going to go with the Pioneers, and I'll be pulling hard for them tonight to pull off the win over Jackson Prep.
North Pike hits the road. They go a short drive over to Franklin County tonight. That ought to be a good one, Neil.
Yeah, that's an old rivalry. I don't remember when I guess they started playing when North Pike started playing football back in about 60 or 61. I'm going to take North Pike, but North Pike better be ready to play going to Franklin County. I guarantee you, Coach Brooks will have the Bulldogs ready to play.
Yeah, I think so. Franklin County the last couple of years has probably not been up to what Franklin County standards have been in the past. But I think North Pike's, I think they're coming on and they're ready, and I think they're going to go over there and get it done.
Will Watson's favorite game. We'll let y'all pick the winner. Provine comes to Mid-County tonight. Is Wilbert Watson's Provine Rams going to prevail, or it would be the Mid-County, Richard?
I'm going to probably go with Will. I'm going to stick with the Rams from Provine.
I don't know too much about the Rams, but I'm going to go with the Trojans.
Tylertown comes to Macomb in the season opener over at C.C. Moore Stadium. Oh, it'll be a good opening game. You read they sure seem to have a lot of talent this year.
Well, I'm going to pick against my hometown, but I just think Macomb's just got too much talent. They're loaded. And I think playing at home once again, but I just think the Tigers will prevail.
You're exactly right about Macomb being loaded with talent. But of course, Tylertown, with that great track program, has tons and tons of speed, but I suspect a lot of that will be negated by the atmospheric conditions prevailing here this evening. So I'll go with Macomb. I thought you'd like that, Robbie.
Do you know what he's saying?
I guess he's talking about it raining.
Oh, okay. I thought he had got down into the deep weeds somewhere.
That's redneck language and that professor language.
Yeah. What's that era? What is it? What era is it, Neil? Drive. That's that talk. That's what that is. Big game tonight. Probably all eyes as far as high school football is at Brandon tonight, where you have number 1 Tupelo coming to play number 2 Brandon to open the high school football season. Now that's a good high school season opener. Neil, would you go with 1 Tupelo, or are you going with number 2 Brandon?
It's hard to, like Richard was saying earlier about one of these games, it's hard to go against a home team, whether it's college or high school. But and Brandon's always strong, but from what I hear, Tupelo is super loaded, so I'm going to go with Tupelo.
It's pretty much the exact same reasons, Robbie. I mean, Tupelo, everything you read about them is they've got college, Division I players at almost every position. Brandon will be ready to play, but I think they're going through a coaching change, so that'll be a little bit different. But I just think Tupelo, the Golden Wave, is going to be too strong for the Bulldogs tonight.
Well, we start the season of high school football tonight, a little rainy, but that should keep it going, no doubt about that. Hope everybody will get out and support not only the high school football teams, but you got the bands and the cheerleaders and the dance teams and all of those that have put in all these hours and all this heat to get ready for the opening night game, and we'll hope you get out and get the chance to see them.
Oh, Robbie, before we get off, I think it's important that we give a shout-out to Lawrence County's Ahmad Hardy. Was on the field last night for Missouri, had 100 yards rushing and a touchdown, and he was great at Lawrence County. He transferred to Missouri to get in the SEC from Northeast Louisiana or Louisiana Monroe.
Well, that'll do us for this Friday here on Chasing Foul Balls on SuperTalk Pike County. Hope you will join us next Friday morning. And also don't forget, go to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon to listen to Chasing Foul Balls. Guys, it's raining, but let's play high school football. We'll see you next Friday.
I've been working hard all week long, and I'm not ready to be going home. Turn up the music, keep the lights down low. I know it's late, but I don't wanna go. Don't turn out the lights, the party ain't over. Well, the band just started to play my favorite song. I just found my baby and I wanna get a chance to hold her. So don't turn out the lights, the party ain't over. Everybody's looking for romance. I just want a little time to dance. And tomorrow we can sleep all day. Before tonight we'll let the music play. You remember how it used to be. I love the way that you would dance with me. Rocking and rolling till the clock unwinds. And then we'd holler out one more time. Don't turn out the lights, the party ain't over. Well, the band just started to play my favorite song. I just found my baby and I want to get a chance to hold her. So don't turn out the lights, the party ain't over. I said don't turn out the lights. Don't turn out those lights. Don't turn out the lights, the party ain't over.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.